Abril, thank you very much for joining me for a chat. And this chat is about your Oxbridge offer. If you can tell us what offer we are talking about here.
I received an offer to study history at the University of Cambridge, more specifically at St. John's College.
It's extremely hard to get that offer. So we are just so proud of you because I know how much work it involved. We've spoken about it many times. You've made lots of sacrifices, but there was an enjoyable journey as well. So if you can tell us more about it, okay, what does it take to get an offer from the University of Cambridge?
I think definitely the grades are almost a given. I mean, obviously that takes a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication within your studies, but I think more important than that, I think outside of your studies, I think honestly loving your subject and having a genuine passion for it really, really helps, not only in your studies, but also making sure that you can get that like depth and breadth in your subject that you really need for a successful application, because it means researching. In my subject, in like the social sciences and the humanities, it means a lot of reading, it means a lot of writing, it means a lot of practice. I don't know, I enjoy watching lectures on YouTube. Yeah, and I think that you really need that passion to sort of motivate you in your studies and outside for a successful application.
And Abril, you've mentioned lectures. Now we are in the centre of Cambridge, and there are plenty of lectures delivered by university professors and researchers. Have you taken an advantage of this inspiring academic city?
I think definitely. I think one of the great pros of Abbey and of Cambridge in general and living here while you're at sixth form is exactly that, the lectures and everything that the university offers. Like the museums, for example, obviously in my subject, I've really loved to go visit all the museums. The Fitzwilliam is amazing, but even at school, like the Abbey Inspires also, I found a really great way to engage with my own subjects.
Yeah, last time I went to Abbey Inspires, I saw you there listening very carefully, you know, processing what's going on, what information was given to you. And Abril, can you just be more specific about support that you have received while at Abbey College Cambridge?
I think academically, for especially the Oxbridge leading education, I think was definitely the most key part of the support that we got at Abbey, because we did like a knowledge building section early on, sort of last year around this time we started, and that just meant, again, a lot of reading, a lot of reflecting, a lot of talking with my tutor just about what I'm interested in, what she recommends, and honestly it was really helpful, especially when I was writing my personal statement and when I was figuring out, I don't know, I had to submit coursework for my application as well, so figuring out what I wanted to write about, my additional personal statement as well, I submitted more things that I need to figure out, and all of that knowledge building helped with that. And I think also the interview preparation, honestly, I really, really enjoyed it. It felt like I was just having one really, really long conversation about everything I enjoyed and everything that I was interested in. So it was really great. And I think pastorally at Abbey, boarding has always been really great. All the house parents are always really supportive. They're definitely very keen on getting sort of engaged with our lives, and our huddle leaders as well. Mine is really great, and she's always looking out for me, and she'll call me every weekend and ask me how my week has been, and we have a good chat about it. So I think pastorally as well, the support has been really good.
That's good. And as I mentioned before, you've made lots of sacrifices. And when I talked to you 2 weeks ago, I think, and I asked you, congratulations, great. And one thing that you said at that time was, all that sacrifice, all that hard work, it was worth it because I got the offer. So it feels like, it was not for nothing. It just bore fruit. And now you can benefit from that hard work. Abril, what advice would you give to anyone who is thinking of joining Abbey College Cambridge and who aspires to get into either the University of Cambridge or the University of Oxford?
I think probably to stay ambitious and to not like limit yourself, and know that especially at Abbey, the support is always there. If you want to aim high and you think you can, I think that there's nothing that should prevent you from doing that. If you work hard, I think that it all sort of comes together.
And Abril, were you engaged from the very beginning at Abbey College Cambridge, or you discovered maybe as you went that actually you needed to get more engaged in order to achieve what you've achieved?
I think in the beginning, I didn't even realize that like Oxbridge was a possibility for me, you know, when I did my GCSEs, I knew what I was interested in, I knew what I wanted to sort of pursue. But I think probably in the December exams last year, I was in contact with my history teacher and he mentioned that it was a possibility for me with the grades I had gotten and what like attitude I had in class and things like that. And I think from that moment forward, I was like, you know what, this is gonna be my goal and I'm gonna stick to it. And that's sort of where.
And you became even more focused because you were focused in your first term as well, but this was like another level of focus that you demonstrated. Now, people often say that those that are ambitious and successful in life are often people who get involved in many aspects of life. They just don't narrow their interest to one field, one thing, but they actually can multitask, can do so many things simultaneously. And I know it from my experience when I talk to you or when I ask you for help with anything that we needed at Abbey College Cambridge. You were always willing. I saw you with friends, you know, I saw you in the dining hall, I saw you joining lots of events. So I know that, you know, when I watched your journey last year and this academic year, you've always been busy. So if you can confirm that that's true and give us more examples.
Yeah, I mean, I think definitely something I've learned, especially at Abbey, is sort of like you said, that balance, because I think academic success is great, but it sort of needs things to compensate for it, because if you overwork yourself and if you focus on something too much, it sort of becomes the whole focus of everything, and I think that's also it's not the point. I think, having a really good group of friends that I've met here at Abbey has been, you know, a great way to support myself, but also to support them, and it becomes sort of like a little family here. And I also got involved in volunteering outside of Abbey. I volunteer at a bookstore. I think the whole time I've been at Abbey, so like a year and a half now. That's also been really great. I've built a community outside of Abbey. I've met a lot of people, and it's been honestly really beneficial for me. I really
How
enjoyed
did you benefit from that volunteering experience, Abril?
I mean, it gave me the sense that I was getting involved in the wider community, and I felt like I was engaging with a very different type of people that I would engage with at Abbey, because it obviously opened the doors to real life, really, because you learn to manage money. I mean, at the bookstore, you manage money, you manage stock, you're organizing, you have to, I guess, mingle with your coworkers, make sacrifices in that way. I think it was definitely like a very valuable real life experience, and how real businesses work as well. Yeah.
Thank you, Abril. And the final question, or maybe not, the final two questions, is Abril in September 2022 and Abril now. Have you noticed any changes? Have your parents noticed any changes?
I think independence has definitely been the biggest one. I'm an only child, so I was very used to depending on my parents for pretty much everything. But ever since I moved to Abbey, I've been, I think, quite like self-sufficient in a lot of ways, you know, personally, and my own things and my own goals, my own worries, everything. I think I've been able to manage it myself quite well. But also academically. I mean, I've always been used to academically competitive in like a rigorous environment. My old school was sort of similar like that. But I think I've sort of taken reign of my academics, and it's been a lot of independent learning. Like I said, the whole Oxbridge program, even though I had a lot of support, it was also the work I put in on my own. And I think, that's definitely the main way I've developed at Abbey.
That's good. And if you can highlight 3 best things about Abbey College Cambridge, so anyone who is thinking of joining Abbey College Cambridge, what are the highlights?
I think definitely the sense of community. I think that the friends I've made here are definitely friends that I think I'll have for the rest of my life. You just build such great bonds with people when you live with them and you study with them, and I think that's very unique. And the Abbey community in general is very friendly and very open to people, so I think it's a really easy thing to make great friends here.
Very caring and supportive.
Yeah, definitely. I think also another positive, like I said, the academically challenging environment. There's always a way to stimulate you here academically and intellectually. There's always something to get engaged with. If it's an Abbey Inspires, if it's, I don't know, an extra help session, if it's just a chat with your teacher, like they're always willing to. I think that's also been really great. And I think also the city, the last point would be the city. That is just the perfect place to live as a student at this age. It's small, but it still has everything you need. It's walkable. Everyone's really friendly here, very open to international students, to people from all over the place. So I think those are my 3 favorite things about Abbey. Yeah.
Absolutely, I agree with you, Abril. Thank you so much. We are so proud of your achievements, and we wish you best of luck in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.